So being the parent of a 14-year-old is really no different than that of a parent of a child with cystic fibrosis, except for the fact that you carry that weight around with you all the time.
CF is a progressive illness, and that means over time, people have more and more difficulty with basic functions. So for example, in the lungs, the damage that happens as a result of cycles of infection and scarring means that people have a cough every day, and they cough up phlegm every day. And they may be short of breath doing activities, initially sports and physical activities, but eventually they become short of breath just doing everyday things like making their bed or walking up the stairs.
Everything we do revolves around ensuring that Lauren stays healthy and that she has an opportunity for a great life.
So we know that in people with cystic fibrosis, measuring their lung function with a breathing test provides us with a number that actually is predictive of how long they'll live. We also know that the number of chest infections that a person has over the span of, say, a year impacts their overall survival. Now we're into this new era where we actually have therapies that treat the basic defect. And one such example of a medication like this is lumacaftor ivacaftor. Instead of sort of fixing the damage after it's already happened, we're in this sort of time of fixing the illness before it occurs.
Orkambi has affected my day-to-day activities by making me healthier. Before I was on Orkambi, I got sick at least 3 to 4 times a year. Now I rarely get sick, and maybe once or twice.
We've seen a meaningful increase in her lung function, which is always something that parents of children with cystic fibrosis are concerned about. And I think in Lauren's case, we feel very strongly that Orkambi has given us the opportunity to arrest any further lung degradation at this stage where kids are often in their teenage years starting to decline. Once that happens, once you lose lung function, it's very difficult to get it back. And so we're very hopeful that being on Orkambi is helping Lauren to stay healthier longer.
It's been very easy for me to keep up with my friends, and I would say being on Orkambi has definitely been freeing for me.
In Lauren's case, being on the drug Orkambi has had a meaningful difference in the way that her life is, and I think it would be very unfortunate if decision makers at the provincial and federal level were not to fund Orkambi for anyone who can benefit from this drug or any other drugs that may be in the near-term pipeline. So it makes a big difference having Lauren on Orkambi and being as healthy as she is has been really wonderful for our family. It's given us the opportunity probably to do things and to plan for the future in a different way than probably parents have in the past. And so, setting up for, what we're going to do at Christmas break this coming year is something, pretty well off into the future. And I think it's often difficult when you have a child with an illness like this to plan for it. So Orkambi has really allowed us to, with confidence, look to the future.
I find through Orkambi that it is a step forward, and it's helping kids like me have the hope that CF soon will be non-existent.